Hey, here we are, live stream number 16 on May 3rd, 2021. How's everybody doing tonight? I am so happy that you're here. Or what I should say is, I'm really glad you're here, because that's what I tend to say all the time, because I mean it. I'm really glad you're here. Anyway, I'm getting situated here tonight, and I see that there are several people already logged on and checking out the show, so I really appreciate it. I see Ross on the Land was looks like the first one here tonight. Good to see you. And Emery Thompson was on before the stream even started, so good to see you, Emery. And Chess Bay Cruiser, already starting with the dad jokes. What did the shark say when he ate the clownfish? It tastes a little funny. It's a good one. I always heard that one as, why do cannibals not eat clowns? Because they taste funny. Kind of the same thing, right? Maybe a little more gross, though. Anyway, good to see you all tonight. There's AK Dad Stuff. Good to see you, Mike. I think we missed you last week. And Gord, GP, good to see you, my friend. Staying up late tonight, huh? Sorry. We know. Gord jumped on with us when we were doing the live stream and had different YouTubers on. I really appreciated that you joined us that night, but he was kind of joking that it was past his bedtime. So we appreciate you being here tonight. And yeah, you guys are all telling dad jokes to each other. I love that. Maggie, which I know is really Glenn, from Milwaukee, is in the house. Good to see you. So tonight, like I said, is live stream number 16. Done these 16 weeks in a row now. Maybe not quite, because I tried a couple Thursday streams, if you remember. Like we did, our guest, Josh from Stony Ridge Farmer, joined us. I believe that was on a Thursday night. And there was another Thursday as well. I can't remember. You know what? I don't think I ever skipped a Monday, though. I think when we did the Thursday trial, we still did the Monday. So it probably has been 16 Mondays in a row. And as I've shared before, I wasn't quite sure if these live streams would be popular or not. Certainly hasn't hurt. And what I'm finding is that you folks who are watching tend to be the loyal fans, and I really appreciate that. I love seeing your names come up in the chat every week, and it's just a great way to get together on a Monday night. What a great way to start off the week. And there have been comments in the past from other folks saying, well, why do you do it on a Monday night? You know, that's not a real popular night for YouTube. And that's true. When I look at my statistics, a lot of my videos get more views on the weekends, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. But some of the viewers said, what a great way to start out the week. And I think that's really a great thing, because live streams are not, you know, they're not a big part, I don't think, of many channels. They're not a big part of my channel. In fact, I'll share with you, as I have before, that I often get at least one thumbs down on these live streams, and I swear it's the same person coming every week just to watch it and, like, you know, give that thumbs down. So anyway, that reminds me, though, if you do enjoy the live stream now, tonight, anytime, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. That's one of the best things you can do. I don't know if it's one of the best things you can do, but it's a really nice thing you can do for YouTube channels that you like to support. When you like a video, if you give it the thumbs up, apparently that tells YouTube and the algorithm that, hey, this video, people like it. So then YouTube will share it more, and it's a helpful thing to give a thumbs up. So I appreciate it. And remember that when you're watching other videos from other YouTube channels, you can just give a little love by clicking the thumbs up. And of course, subscribing is great. And then clicking that little bell when you subscribe, which, by the way, I mean, you're all experienced YouTube users, but some people might not realize, or they might be afraid to hit that subscribe button when they watch a video because they might think you're paying for a subscription. That's not how it works at all. You're just subscribing to the channel, which means that you may get a notification when a video is posted. And if you click that bell and make it turn solid, you're more likely to get a notification when I post a video or whatever channel you subscribe to. So if you didn't know it, subscribing is free, and it helps you get notified whenever your favorite YouTube channel puts out a video. And it does help the channel too, because it grows the channel and more people see it. So enough about that, right? About tonight's show, well, guess what? I do not have a guest tonight. I'm so happy that so many people have agreed to join me in these live streams. We had, as I mentioned, GP Outdoors was with us with AK Dad stuff. We had a whole group of guys. John Ritter from Ritterbit will do. It was really fun, and I really want to do that again and just bring them on screen and have a little chat, because it was really a lot of fun. And then, of course, we had Josh from Stony Ridge Farmer, Neil Messick, Hank from Hamiltonville Farm, and Mike, Tractor Mike. That was just so fun. And apologize if I missed, I can't remember all the people who joined, but Jack from Mindful Homestead, Phil from Woods Tree Farm. Who else? I don't know. If you think about who I missed, post it in the comments so we can remember. Yes. Oh, it's got the thumbs down, huh? Thanks, Mike. He saw it. There's the thumbs down. And again, in these comments, it's nice if you can help people out. Keegan is asking a question for those with backhoes on their B2601. How many of you use the safety or locking pins all the time when the backhoe is not in use? I guess that's like a parking pin to keep your hydraulics from drifting. I don't have the backhoe on mine, so I would assume that's what you mean by locking pins. Or the outriggers, a lot of times they have pins to keep them from drifting, because I learned this from Tractor Mike, that manufacturers have a tolerance for how much drift the hydraulics can have. And, if you park your tractor with the loader at this level and then you come back an hour later and it's 2 inches lower, apparently I don't know that the statistics, but apparently there's a certain amount of drift that is within acceptable range, and that apparently it's okay. I noticed that when I park my tractor. When you park it, the loader is kind of solid, but then after it's been sitting there and you step on the bucket, it's just kind of mushy. Anyway, if you can answer Keegan's question in the comments, I'm sure that will be much appreciated. Yes, Linda is mentioning that you heard I have a tree project coming up. That's true. We have a tree. Let me go back a second. I don't know the video number, but I made a video about the bees that are on the property, the beehives. And we had at one time 5 or 7 beehives, and they're not mine. They're my sister's. And she maintains these beehives. And she had last spring, there was a swarm, which turned out to be several swarms. But I captured it on video with her gathering this swarm and relocating it. And I think it was just fascinating. I mean, if you've heard me say this before, I apologize, but that video is probably my most favorite video that I have on my channel. And it does not have as many views as many of the other videos. But if you get a chance, go back to my channel, scroll through the videos. They're in order. If you click on my channel and then click on videos, you can see all the videos in order. Scroll down till you see the swarm video, and I think it's really great. I enjoyed it a lot, and I shot it and edited it in a bit of a documentary style, and I learned a lot doing it. I also learned how much work bees are. I had no idea how much work they are. I always thought that, cool, you just put out boxes and bees fill it up. But it's a lot of work, a lot of work. Do you have bees? If you do, tell me in the comments. And you could meet other beekeepers on the channel as well. Ross on the Land has a BX23S backhoe, never use the pins. Okay, there's one answer for you. But Pete says, always use my locking pins. So you have different comments for sure. Justin, newcomer, thank you. Glad to have you here. You are part of the community. This is such a great group of people, and as Gord says, they are nice folks for sure. We have got really great people, and that's one other thing I learned about YouTube. You know, my channel is just a little over a year old. It was March 15th, 2020 when I put out my first video on this channel. You know, I've had YouTube in the past, but never really got serious about having a channel. So it was just March when I thought, I'm going to create this channel and give it a shot. And what's my point? Oh, what I learned is that YouTube is such a community. It's really a neat community, not only of other people, other creators, but people who don't necessarily create, but they follow your content, and it's just really a neat community. In fact, I'm going to share something with you a little bit later on. So thank you to the community. I see. Oh yeah, Hacksman was that just last week, right? Adam from the Hacksman channel. What a great time! What a great channel! If you've not checked out Hacksman, go check it out. He is highly entertaining, also educational, informational, but he does some DIY projects and does a great job with editing. His channel has exploded. I mean, really exploded. I was going to say literally, John, but I didn't say literally exploded because that would be a pet peeve. It didn't literally explode, but it has. I mean, last week when he was a guest, I think we were talking about that he had 53,000 subscribers, and if you look now, it's like 65,000, 68,000. I don't know. I can't even keep up with it, but thank you. And thank you for joining me, Adam, if you're watching tonight. It was a great time. Awkward silence. Ed's reading. Yes. Yeah, K6, that's right. Another great channel. Getting fun to know all of you through YouTube. I have made several connections, acquaintances, dare I say friends. Really, really neat. A lot of other questions in here about how long should you warm up your tractor? I always wait until my temperature gauge gets to the bottom of the normal range, but it can take a while. I don't know the answer to that. I just kind of feel it, you know, like if it's a day like today where it's 70 degrees, I don't warm it up. I mean, I start it up, and by the time it takes me to back out of the shed, you know, I think I'm ready to roll. In the wintertime, I'll let it run for maybe a minute or so, but I also live in an area where we have not had hard winters. You'd want to ask Mike from AK Dad Stuff or GP from GP Outdoors, Gord, where they live up there in Canada and Alaska, because they would know about warming up a tractor. But anyway, for those of you out there, answer Pete's question. How long do you warm up your tractor? Orange is my new green. You're not late. We're just kind of rolling with things here. And Emery suggests, as long as you want, but at least a minute, maximum 4. That's a good average. I think that's pretty fair. You know, if it's really cold out, let it run for a little while, because you're not just warming up the engine. You've got a whole if your tractor's hydrostatic, and I think most of them are these days, but you're warming up the engine, but also that transmission has all that hydraulic fluid moving through it. So you want to free up that hydraulic fluid, which I imagine thickens up a little bit in the cold. I don't know. These new fluids too, the mine uses a fully synthetic hydraulic oil. So does that get really thicker when it gets cold? It may not. It may be a lot more consistent. The consistency may be a lot more consistent. GP just answered my question too, or said the same thing. You need to warm up the hydraulic fluid as well. So that's correct. Yep. And you think about it when you think about those paper filters that it runs through. It's amazing to think of that fluid running through there, and you do tend to think it would be cold and thick. M+J warms his tractor up, Mitch, about 5 minutes before you start moving at -10. I believe that's a Fahrenheit degree you're talking about. Anyway, another suggestion. The Ventrac. Do you have one of those, Emery? Everything is hydraulic. The turn, the drive, the deck, the lift. Oh, so you must have a Ventrac. That's neat. Those are interesting machines. I have to say I've never seen one out and about. I haven't seen any property owners around here with a Ventrac that I've noticed. But they're neat. I mean, what are they? They're like a lawnmower, but they're also a tractor, and I know that they're advertised as being great for mowing on slopes and banks, and they're articulated. Anything articulated is fun. How about we turn off this banner that says about tonight's show, because we're way past that. So I missed this announcement. As usual, if you're watching on YouTube, you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram, where Facebook I tend to interact, a little easier to interact with people on Facebook than it is on YouTube, although YouTube is a social media platform. And Instagram, just post some fun pictures and whatnot. So they're fun to follow. So follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at My Cluttered Garage. And we will interact. And I have to say that's what I do really enjoy, is the interaction in the comments and getting to know people. Speaking of comments, let's look through. I don't know, Emery, you're asking about, don't tractors have a filter bypass until they can move through the filters? I don't think so. I mean, unless it's some kind of automated thing, there's no manual bypass. I don't know. That's interesting to me. That seems counterintuitive to the purpose of a filter, if you have a filter bypass. Does anybody know that answer? Answer Emery's question in the comments. All right. And Emery's Ventrac has, the comments go by and it's hard to see them. 32 horsepower, turbo diesel. Wow. They don't seem that big. I mean, I've never, like I said, I've never seen one in person, but that's a lot of engine for what appears to be a small machine. From what I've seen, from what I know. Let's see if I have any other announcements here. Do you want to talk about May 3rd? I mean, I don't have a whole lot to offer tonight, but, I do like to just go through a little bit of history because I think it's kind of fun and people seem to enjoy it. So I'm going to read a few things that happened on this day in history. And I'm going to skip over some because I can't tell you everything that happened on this day in history, because that would be a lot of things that happened, not only on this day, but every day. But anyway, on this day in 1973, the Sears Tower was topped off, making it the tallest building in the world at that time, 1973. 1,454 feet high, 108 stories, and it held that distinction for 25 years. I do not know what the world's tallest building is today, but I think it might be in Dubai. Is that correct? If you know the answer, let us know in the comments. This to me is a fun fact. Again, on this day, May 3rd, this was in 1966. Johnny Carson saves the game Twister. Do you guys remember the game Twister? I think they still make it. When I was a kid, I guess it was popular. We all had it. We tried it. You know, you have this plastic mat with different colored dots on it, and you had to put your hand on one dot and put your foot on another dot, and, you know, just get all twisted up because you had multiple people on the mat at the same time. Anyway, let me read this to you. I'm reading this verbatim, word for word, from this website called This Day Trivia. The game Twister strikes gold when Johnny Carson plays the game on The Tonight Show with actress Eva Gabor, the star of TV's Green Acres. You remember that? Some of you young folks might not. Up to then, the sales of the game were slow, as many stores felt the game was about to be pulled off the market. However, the day after Carson and Gabor played it on TV, people were lining up at stores asking for the game, and 3 million were sold the following year. How about that? Just because Johnny Carson played Twister with Eva Gabor, they sold 3 million games. The power of television. Another fun fact, the game Twister was originally going to be called Pretzel, but that name was already being used for a dog toy. I mean, a lot of things you could call it Pretzel. Anyway, how fun was that? Was that fun? Did you like that? May 3rd, 1901, the third largest urban fire in U.S. history was in Jacksonville, Florida. 1901, started at the Cleveland Fiber Factory, and in 8 hours it burned 146 city blocks, destroying more than 2,368 buildings and left almost 10,000 residents homeless. Imagine that, a fire destroying 2,368 buildings. I think that's fascinating. May 3rd, 1937, the novel, Margaret Mitchell's novel, Gone with the Wind, was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. It sold 1 million copies in its first 6 months. That was in 1937. Imagine. That's something. Anything else of a special interest here? Oh, this is neat. This is neat. America's first toll bridge. May 3rd, 1654. They started collecting tolls at bridges. Richard Thurlow opens his bridge over the Newberry River in Raleigh, Massachusetts. That was a toll bridge. But get this. The toll was for animals. People passed for free. I don't know what that means. I guess you go to, if there's a deer crossing your bridge, you say, hey, got a buck? I just made that up. I think that it was probably, 1654. I don't know. What does that mean? Like if you're, okay, so in 1654, there were obviously no vehicles. So you were riding a horse. So if you rode your horse across the bridge, you would pay. But if you walked across the bridge, it was free. I bet you that's it. How about a couple birthdays, and we'll wrap this up and get back to the comments. May 3rd, 1926, Ann B. Davis was born. Do you know who Ann B. Davis is? You guys remember who that is. Come on, I'm not going to show you a picture because I didn't set it up for that. Ann B. Davis was Alice on the Brady Bunch. Everybody loved Alice. She died in 2014. But seemed to be a very nice lady, Ann B. Davis, born on May 3rd, 1926. Another birthday, born May 3rd, 1903, was Bing Crosby. He died in 1977. Wow, that was a long time ago. And there was 1933, James Brown was born. The King of Soul. No, the Godfather of Soul, not the King of Soul. Godfather of Soul, James Brown. Boy, that guy, he had serious talent. If you go on YouTube and look up, I'm speaking to these young folks out there. If you don't know who James Brown is, look him up on YouTube, because he had some talent. At least he felt the music, that's for sure. Born 1933, died 2006. Wow. So, 3 birthdays we mentioned tonight. James Brown. Who did I say? Bing Crosby and Ann B. Davis. I'm sure there were more, but that's all I'm going to do. Let's go back to the comments, because I see there are several that are built up. Oh, you like that, Margaret? Got a buck? Yeah. Oh, let's stop the fun facts banner. There we go. And we've got several people watching tonight. That's fun. We tend to always have about the same number of people, which is like in the 40s. And I think that's really neat, because, again, a lot of times it's the same people who come back. We do have new viewers. Somebody came on tonight and said that they were new, and I very much welcome you, and I'm glad that you're here. But I think it's neat that we have a consistent number of viewers on these Monday nights. And I've seen live streams with much bigger channels than this one, who don't have a whole lot of live stream viewers. I think that's just the nature of live streams. It's nothing against them at all. It's just live stream viewers. Although the other night I was watching a premiere video by Vice Grip Garage. Do you know who Vice Grip Garage is? I forget his name. But he has a very big channel. I don't know, 1 million subscribers. And he was doing a premiere video, not a live. It was a premiere. But premieres work very much like live videos, where they're broadcast at a specific time. And there were thousands of people watching that premiere. So that was interesting. Let's see. Yes, Pete. Is May 3rd special to anyone? Share it in the comments. Is anybody's birthday today? We have some May birthdays in our family. So, hey, Mikey. 0011. Good to see you. Good to see you. Rand. What? There's only 24 likes? Thanks for reminding folks. Hit that like button. Who's your helpers? Good to see you. Good to see you. You can't stay long, but I'm glad you stopped in to say hi. Derek. That's right. That's Vice Grip Garage, right? Derek. Very good. That is a entertaining channel. He's got a funny personality, and what he does, a lot of his videos, is he finds an old vehicle. It's kind of like what Hank Hamilton does on Hamiltonville Farm with his Will It Start series. So Derek from Vice Grip Garage finds these, I don't even know if they're classic cars. I guess they are. Anyway, old cars that have been parked for 20, 30 years, and he drives out to where they are, and he gets them running right out there in the field. And for a lot of videos, he drives them home. He fixes them, gets them running, drives 500 miles home in these old cars, like a 69 Cadillac or a 72 Chevy pickup or anything like that. But I was actually talking about this with some friends the other night. When I first found Vice Grip Garage, thanks to my brother-in-law, I looked at the first video that came up, and it was like an hour and 20 minutes long. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to watch an hour and 20 minute long video on YouTube. An hour and 20 minutes later, I said, boy, that was really entertaining. So, there you go. Vice Grip Garage. It'd be fun if he would join us sometime. Hey, Chest Bay Cruiser. Chest Bay Cruiser was on when we invited our guests to join the live stream, and that was a fun night. And Chest Bay Cruiser has a little bit of experience with YouTube video. He put a couple things out. He's going to give content creation a shot, new channel, Watershed Overlook. First video's up now. Go check out Chest Bay Cruiser. Actually, go check out Watershed Overlook. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you have a B2601 also. At any rate, we do like to support one another, these YouTube content creators and viewers, because, again, it is very much community. So I'm glad to see that, and I will check that out after this show. Okay. I was looking at a comment, and then it just shot right by. Yes, tomorrow, May 4th, is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. I love that. Have you guys heard that before? Probably, right? It's been around a while. Linda's asking about rototilling. I am glad you asked that, Linda. I shot a video this weekend that I'm really excited about, and I'm editing it. It is going to be published Friday night. Should come out Friday night at 7 p.m., just like last week's video. But my first use of the rototiller this season, and what I did was I drove my tractor to a local nonprofit organization, which is a couple miles away. Probably, I don't know, whatever it is, the tractor only goes 15 miles an hour, so it took a little while to get there. But they do a community garden. So I took the B2601 and the RGA 1258 tiller out there, and we tilled up the garden, which is like a 100 by 100 plot. And had a group of young men there, students, who are current residents at this ranch. And it was really, really a great time. I'm so excited for you to see this video because it's a little different than my videos in the past. Number one, because it's more than just me in the video. I interview the director or the I'm not good with titles. Anyway, the guy who kind of runs the garden. So we do a little interview there, and then we show the guys working a little bit in the garden. They're doing different projects. And then at the end, we put the guys, they're all young men, 15, 16 years old. We give them a chance to drive the tractor, and what a thrill it was for them because one of them shared with me that he's from the city and he's never been in an area like this. He's never been on a tractor, and really had a great time. So it was really rewarding for me to be part of that, but also the video, I think, is just a lot of fun. I'm giving away the video, but I don't think that really matters. Like, you're not going to be like, I'm not going to watch that because he told me what happens. It's not. They're not like dramas. But what's also neat about this video is one of the students. I gave him my camera and said, "Do you want to record some?" And he was recording me rototilling. So it's not just tripod shots. When you watch my channel, it's usually just me doing everything. Like a lot of YouTube content creators just have themselves a camera and a tripod. So, your action is within the frame. Everything happens within the frame. When you have somebody to actually operate your camera, now the camera can follow the action. So it's a whole different thing. So what was neat is that out of the 6 kids that were there, they all signed releases, to appear on video. But he was not able to get his release signed in time. So we couldn't put him on video. And this was such a neat opportunity for him to be able to be behind the camera. And he had a good time with it. And I left a lot of his stuff in there, and it adds a whole different look to the video. Did I mention I'm excited to share it? So I do hope that you'll watch it Friday night when it gets published or after that. I was actually thinking about, it's a 14-minute video, so I kept it still pretty short. I was thinking about publishing that as a premiere, which I just mentioned about Vice Grip Garage recently. So if you don't know what a premiere is, it's a lot like a live stream. It's a broadcast that is set to be shown, premiere, at a particular time that you choose. So it's almost like watching television. You're waiting for the show to come on. It comes on at this time, but it's like a live stream in that there is a live chat section as well. So you can chat about the video as you're watching it. The only thing I don't like about that is that, if the video premiere starts and 5 minutes later somebody clicks on it, they miss the first 5 minutes. It's like tuning in late to a TV show. So I'm not sure whether I'll publish it just to publish it that evening or if I'll do a premiere. But then the premiere, I can interact with you in the chat as well. How do you feel about that? Do you watch premieres? Do you like premieres? It would be helpful to me if you would tell me what you think. Meanwhile, while you're thinking about that and typing, I'm going to read some more comments. Let me back up a little bit because they're whizzing by, these comments. Oh, that's right. Chris has an LX2610, the fancy new model. Well, it's not new. They still make the B2601, but it is a new model that replaced the B2650. So I forget the name of that channel, but go back and look at the comment and check it out. So, very nice. See, AK Dad Stuff subscribed to Chris's channel, which is not Chest Bay Cruiser. It's something else. I mean, you could subscribe to Chest Bay Cruiser, but I don't think he's putting content out on that. But see, AK Dad Stuff, Mike from Alaska, is subscribing to a channel in, Virginia, I believe. Anyway, it's nice to support each other. Thanks for the reminder, David White. We've got 38 viewers online right now and only 29 likes. Well, somebody's watching and not liking the video. You know who you are. If you haven't hit that like button, you can hit it now. Let's see. Yes, the finished mower. Did you watch the video that was released on Friday? That was about the linchpin video. Did you watch that? I am amazed that video had quite a few views. Sometimes you put out a little tip and you're not sure if people are going to watch it or appreciate it. I posted a video last week of changing the blades on my Woodland Mills wood chipper. Not many views. That's okay. If somebody needs it, then they'll have it. Then I put out this tip about the linchpin, and a lot of people like it. And it makes me happy when I share something and people benefit from it. So, the video has like 13,000 views, which it's not about the views, but it's kind of about the views. Because, we work hard on these videos and we like them to be seen. So, I happen to have a linchpin right here. If you haven't watched the video, I'll share with you now. This linchpin, which is used on a 3-point hitch to lock the axle pin, whatever you call it. I'm not a real technical guy, I guess. But I shared on this video, and you can still watch it. It's a nice short video, only 5 minutes long. But I shared how this locking pin is used on my I mentioned that too. On my finish mower, and sometimes when I mow, a few times, the pin has come loose and I've lost the wheel mechanism, I've lost the spacers, and that's a hassle because you're down and the parts aren't always in stock, and they're also not cheap. I don't know, they're $10 for a space or whatever. Yeah, Kevin says they love fingers. That's true. These pins do, right? I just snapped it on my finger when I was playing with it. So the point was that after losing the spacers twice, I thought there's got to be a better mechanism than this linchpin. And I mentioned that in one of my other videos, and viewers commented, put a nut and bolt through there, which I really like that idea, and I was ready to do that. Especially, I love the nuts with the nylon lock washers. they just hold tight. They work well. You don't have to use a jam nut If you don't know what a jam nut is, that's when you put two nuts on a bolt and you tighten one nut against the other nut, and that holds them tight. They work really well, but those nuts with the nylon washers, they just look professional and they're kind of nice. So anyway, I thought there has to be something better, and then I found this other pin, which I've learned after the video from, thanks to you, the viewers. This is called a PTO pin. I think it's also called a, this one is a round spring pin or spring lock pin. They make these in square too, instead of this half round. In fact, my utility trailer has one that's square, and that's used to lock the tongue lock, hitch lock, whatever that lock on top is called, ball lock. Anyway, these are pretty neat because it's just a hinge spring, and you pull the spring over the pin. It's a really tight spring. It's hardened spring steel. That's why they call it a spring. And this seems to hold really well. Now, I haven't gone out and used the mower yet this season, but by the end of the summer, I'll have used it significantly. But I don't expect to lose any of these because it's going to take a lot for this to come off. I can't even imagine anything pulling this off. So this is a, as I say, what's called a PTO, I think a PTO lock pin. So there you are, a recap of Friday night's video. What I found was a lot of people are familiar with these pins and like them for the same reason, and others had not heard of these pins. So again, that's helpful. And they don't snap your fingers like these do. But I love a linch pin too. I mean, for the right application, again, when you're hooking up your 3-point hitch, you drop the pin in and snap the spring clip. Really nice. The one thing I didn't mention on the video is that these, well, not only linch pins, but PTO pins, they come in various diameters. So you do have to make sure you get the right ones. In fact, I bought the wrong ones the first time. I was at Tractor Supply and I saw them and I estimated what size mine was, and I think it was 5/16. And turns out this is a 1/4 inch pin, so the other pin wouldn't fit in, but I know they come in like a 3/8, different sizes. Anyway, know what you need. Or somebody shared that Harbor Freight even sells a box with various sizes in it. I don't know how the quality is. Harbor Freight's like, I don't know, kind of love to hate Harbor Freight. It's like, I don't know. I have a lot of Harbor Freight things because a lot of times if you don't have a big project, you can buy a Harbor Freight tool cheaper than you can rent one for, and it should outlast, it would outlast a weekend rental, and then you have a tool. So, yep, there's a lot of people talking about weather tonight. Oh, yeah, because the linch pins, when they snap your fingers, it hurts, especially when it's cold. I do not like the cold. You guys who live up there where it gets really cold, I give you credit because the older I get, the more I hate winter, and we've had some mild winters here, let me tell you, so I'm lucky for that. But I don't know. I don't like winter too much. You know what I think it is, though? You know what's fun about these live streams is I can sit here and ramble and not feel bad because I have to talk. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling, but if I didn't, what would happen? Silence. So I have to keep talking. But I thought about this just this last winter because in the wintertime there's not much else to do. But I think I would enjoy winter more. This is weird. I think I would enjoy winter more if it was colder, because the winters that we've been having the last several years they're not mild, but they're not cold. So you're like at that nasty 40s, you're in the lower 40s, so nothing's freezing. It's just wet and muddy, and it doesn't snow. It rains, or it sleets, or it's just a mess. And that is depressing, too. So I think maybe I would like the winter more if it actually got colder, not crazy cold like you guys get in Alaska and Canada. But, if it went down to 20, 25, and the ground froze, and it would snow, and it wouldn't be a muddy mess. I think I would like winter better like that. I mean, we used to have that. I mean, things have changed around here. When I was a kid, we used to have 4 feet of snow. But honestly, I mean, we have not been able to go ice skating for, how long has it been? 10 years? It's not gotten cold enough to freeze the ponds or the lakes in the area. I don't think anybody has been able to ice skate for that long. If you're from the Northeast, Philadelphia area, let me know when's the last time that it was cold enough to walk on water, i.e. ice. But yeah, it's just muddy and gross. There's a question for John Ritter. Are you giving your wife a rototiller for Mother's Day? You should. I think she'd love it. Kind of a running joke there with the Ritter Bit Will Do. If you haven't watched a Ritter Bit Will Do, check out the channel. John Ritter was my very first live stream guest. Good time. Great guest. Great channel. So Mike's saying it's easier than you think to tolerate the cold. I think that may be because what? You prepare for it, I suppose. Like, it's coming. And I do have to say that when it is cold, and if I dress right and I go out in it, like, I dread it, but then I go out in it, and if I'm dressed right, and it's like, that's not so bad, So that's probably what you mean. Oh, yeah. I know Purple Collar upgraded to a heated cab or a cab. If we had cold winters and I was out pushing snow, I think I'd want a cab. I know Mike said he didn't want a cab, didn't need a cab. At AK Dad Stuff, got a cab. I believe it was an agreement with a company that was supporting his channel. I'm not sure. I think you mentioned that in your video. But at any rate, he's got a cab. I know GP up at GP Outdoors got the LX 2610 with a cab. And, of course, the factory cab has heating and air conditioning and stereophonic sound. But anyway, I'm sure that's really nice, really nice. John Ritter says he wishes it was 20 to 25 degrees in Minnesota. Yeah, that's you got me thinking when I was watching your videos this winter, John, when you were like, it's 30 below right now or whatever it was. I can't fathom that. What's the word? Unfathomable? Yeah. No, Pete, I'm not wishing for colder winters. I'm just saying maybe it would be different. If the world is listening, I'm going to wish for shorter winters, but not if it means other devastation to whatever the environment. But yeah, we did have long, colder winters when I was a kid. I actually read some diaries from this area that were written by a local doctor in the early 1800s. Very interesting. And he was doctors then did house calls and traveled. And his diary talks about early November, 2 feet of snow, cold. So it has changed over the hundreds of years. It was much colder then. So that was interesting. Chest Bay Cruiser is jealous of GP's cab every time he sees it. Yeah, because Chest Bay has the LX 2610, so the same tractor without a cab. I'm not jealous of cabs, but I do think I would have liked the backhoe attachment. I have a friend who bought the B2601 with a backhoe. He tells me he's not as thrilled with it as he would have liked, that it's pretty light duty for what he wants. And I haven't seen it in person or seen it used, but anyway, that was a comment that I heard, that it was a little light. So how about a cab with a backhoe? Now that would be the ticket, right? That would be it. Yes. Emery plowing almost constantly this winter. But again, that becomes, I guess that just becomes your normal. And good point, Mitch. It's another thing I don't like. I don't like the wind. I'm like a grumpy old man, yelling at the wind. I don't mind the cold if it's not windy, and that's a true fact, especially if it's sunny. If it's a sunny day and it's really cold, that solar energy works great. I mean, if you're bundled up, I agree, no problem. But wind, rough. Don't like the wind. So, reading comments. Hold on, gotta read. Yeah, grumpy old man. Get off my lawn. All right. Enough with the awkward silence. Now I can't even turn that off. There we go. Going back. We're going to wrap up here shortly, folks. So, what do you say we give away some stickers? I've been doing this every week now for quite a few weeks, and it's been really fun. And I think that people have enjoyed it, and it's a nice way to thank you for hanging in there to the end of the live stream. We're not over yet, but we're coming up close to the end, another 8 minutes or so. So let's give away some stickers. And what I've been doing is giving away one of each size that I have here. And that's because I ordered a few of each, and I'm depleting my supply very quickly, but it's worth it. So before we do that, let me show you something. I don't know if you saw this video that just came out this week from Peterson Farms of Nashville, not Tennessee, Nashville, Indiana. I now know that there is another Nashville. There may be more Nashvilles, but Phil taught me that he was not in Nashville, Tennessee, in Little Nashville. All right. GP, where'd you go? Time to don your nightcap and jammies. Hey, thanks for joining us, Gord. This was a lot of fun. You're going to miss out on the sticker giveaway if you go to bed now, but that's okay. Really, thanks for joining us. There was a question where, wait a minute, Orange is My New Green is asking me where I got the stickers made. Look at this. Look at this. It's a sticker from Orange is My New Green. Thank you for sending that to me, my friend. Really appreciate it. But you're asking where I got them made. I don't remember. But feel free to email me, and I'll look it up, and I'll tell you. Because I'm happy with the quality. They were not super expensive, but not cheap either. They're not cheap, let me tell you. So you're getting something fun here. Anyway, email me. I'll put the email up in a little bit later, or you can go to my YouTube page and go to the About Me section and click on that, and it'll reveal the email address to you there. But anyway, shoot me an email. I'll look it up. I'll tell you where they're made. Anyway, let me show you this video from Peterson Farms of Nashville, Indiana. It's very dramatic, isn't it? What could it be? Oh, it's a thank you card. That's nice. What? Stickers? How cool is that? Phil won the trivia a couple weeks ago, and he received his stickers. But wait, keep watching. Whoa, that is a nice Kubota. I like that Kubota. Look how shiny it is. I have never washed my tractor yet, although my nephew borrowed it once and he brought it back all cleaned up, which was very nice of him. Ah, very nice. Proud supporter of both these badges. That is so nice, Phil. I really appreciate that. Look at that color, blends right in. There it is. I don't know what tractor that is, Phil. Is that a V2601? I think it's bigger. Very nice. Thank you, Phil, for putting that video together. That is at Peterson Farms of Nashville. Go check out the channel. He's got a small growing channel and does some family things on there, and has some fun conversations with his granddaughter. Anyway, go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Tell him Ed sent you, and thank him for putting out that video. Very nice, very touching. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give away these 3 stickers, and I'm going to, again, I have to go with the first comment that I see. May not be the first comment that pops up. I'm just kind of picking the one I see. So we're not high tech here. I will ask you if you have won anything in the past, which is usually stickers. We gave away the hat once. Anyway, if you've won in the past, I ask that you do not participate in this trivia question, even if you know the answer. So let's go with this. I think the first person who will post in the comments, ready for this? First person I see, doesn't have to be the first person I see who has not won before, name one of the 3 people who I said had birthdays on this day, May 3rd. One of the 3 people from earlier. Quick, go. Who was it? One of the 3. You got 3 chances. First one I see is going to win these stickers if you've not won before. So, who were one of the 3 people who had birthdays today? You have your chance to win, and that's good. That's good. Wait, they're coming in. I like Emery's answer. Old people. You're right, because I know you're a young person, Emery, so you probably don't know who those people were. Hold on. First one I see. Wait, they're going by so quickly. The very first one I see is Chess Bay Cruiser. Congratulations, Chess Bay Cruiser. First one I see, he answered, Ross in the Land answered Bing Crosby. Just above him was Chess Bay Cruiser, Bing Crosby. And then I'm seeing Ross, and I'm seeing David White. Ray Bolden, Ann B. Davis, very good. So, John, you were late? Oh, you weren't late to answer. You didn't see the trivia question. See, that's why you need to watch from the beginning to the end. Tricky, right? Keep trying, though, John. I appreciate you being here. Is it really Emery's birthday today? Did I miss that? Because Emery said me. Is that? Oh, congratulations. Oh, GP, you hung in there past bedtime. Thanks very much. Congratulations. Anyway, if it really is Emery's birthday, congratulations to you. What I need you to do, though, Chess Bay, is email me at this email address, contact mcgtv contact@mcgtv@gmail.com. It's kind of a hard email address, isn't it? Not that you have to memorize it, but anyway, contact mcgtv@gmail.com. Tell me that you won the live stream on this night. Tell me what the question was. Tell me what the answer was. Kind of trigger my memory. And then I will send these to you. And you don't have to make a video like Phil did, but that was pretty nice that he did that. So, reminder, if you're still hanging with us and you've not clicked the thumbs up, you can still do that before we end the broadcast. Also, if you mistakenly hit the thumbs down, if you click it again, it will unclick the thumbs down. So, maybe that thumbs down that we get every week might be somebody who's like, oh, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit the thumbs up. You can unclick it. You can unclick the thumbs down and click the thumbs up, right? Just saying, if you want to know that, that's a thing. So I really appreciate you watching tonight. Do please tune in Friday night, whether it's a premiere or whether it's just a simple publishing of the video. Friday night, it's going to be at 7 o'clock Friday night. Whether I might be done editing sooner than that, but I'm just going to set it for 7 p.m. Friday night. The video of the rototilling is going to come out and the community garden. It's 14 minutes long. I really like it, and I think you're going to like it too. So please join me Friday night at 7 p.m. Mark your calendar, and you'll see the video come out then. So until then, I am really glad that you joined me tonight. I thank you for hanging in there. I think this was a lot of fun. We're looking at possibly having some guests join us again in upcoming days, but for now, we're just getting together. Maybe we'll do that thing where we bring the viewers on screen, or maybe open it up to other YouTube creators that we've done in the past, because that was a lot of fun. There's just something about the interaction. So you folks are so appreciated. I just can't thank you enough for supporting the channel, for being my YouTube friends here. We're having a good time. So tune in Friday night, and I'll see you next Monday, same time.